Chapter 105. Crushed. Riel sat at the far side of the conference table, which was unusual since she and Akio always sat beside each other. Nicole began her presentation, and Akio was all eyes on her, with his elbow on the table and his hand under his chin. Akio had never made this gesture every time the presentation was held. He was stiff and focused on the topic, but now, it seemed to Riel that Akio was making her notice that he had fallen for Nicole. Could this mean, this is the end of our friendship? Riel thought. She felt uneasy about Akio's sudden move, then returned to her senses when the team announced a break. Riel stood and returned to her desk. She noticed the lunchbox she supposedly brought for Akio. So instead, she brought the lunchbox to the conference room. "Hello, everyone. I brought here your snacks." Akio saw the lunchbox Riel put on the table, and he suddenly became edgy. "I want to share this with you all. It is an oyakuden, a chicken and egg rice bowl. It is a Japanese recipe. I brought this for your boss, but he refused, because he doesn't believe in my cooking, so I want you all to taste them. It would be a waste if it would only spoil and be thrown away." Akio flushed, getting red all over the face. His brows wrinkled, but Riel didn't mind his reaction. Then, she offered cookies and coffee cups to Akio and Nicole instead. "This would be better for both of you. A light snack, since you'll be having a lunch date today, and you won't mind having a light snack before a heavy meal afterwards." Akio was embarrassed by Riel's overstated comment, but he remained quiet. Riel entered the room gloomily, then her phone rang. On her phone screen was her lawyer, Counselor Wilson. "Riel, your petition has been reviewed and approved by the judge. I summoned Hyun Ki, and he would be on his way to receive and sign the documents. You don't have to meet him. You can come later." "Yes, thank you so much, attorney. I will be there for sure, and treat you to lunch. Would that be okay?" "Sure, I would be looking forward to that. See you then." It was noon, and Riel was leaving the room when she saw Akio and Nicole holding hands. She bit her lips and felt a prick in her heart. She stood, letting them ahead, and then walked to the parking area. Riel arrived at the counselor's law firm. Counselor Wilson gave her a copy of the approved petition. She is now legally separated from Hyun Ki, and she feels a sigh of relief. Her alimony of $1 million monthly was also agreed upon, as well as with the whole shares of Hyun Ki's, K-Mall and City's Town Bank's shares. "You have to manage those shares." "Riel, what did Hyun Ki say?" "Counselor," Riel asked anxiously. "Well, he can't do anything. He was quiet and just signed the papers. That's it. I am sure he would want to see me tonight. I am curious to know how he would react regarding the petition. I must give a heads up to Hwan Chul to ease things out." Riel felt worried. Riel brought her lawyer to lunch in a Chinese restaurant. The receptionist escorted them to their table where Akio and Nicole was. Akio saw the man stood up to greet Counselor Wilson. "Hello. I didn't expect to see you both here. There must be something going on. Could it be a meeting or a celebration, perhaps?" asked Akio curiously. Riel squeezed Counselor Wilson's hand, so the lawyer understood and smiled instead. "Well, Riel wanted to treat me to lunch after all the work I did for her. She just wanted to ease things out for me." Akio glanced at Riel abruptly and turned to Counselor Wilson. "I hope things will turn out better soon." "A reunion seemed inevitable," Akio said with a dry smile. Riel kept quiet while avoiding a stare at Akio. Riel returned to the office feeling perturbed. Then she recalled calling Hwan Chul. "Hello, Chul. How are you and Patricia?" Riel greeted. "We are very okay, Riel. I heard from Hyung your petition was granted," Hwan Chul remarked sadly. "So, you know. Did Hyun say anything? Could you come and see me at home tonight, Chul? You could bring Patricia with you. I have some concerns to talk about. Will you be able to make it?" "Sure, I'll see you there." "And also, Hyun said nothing, and he just looked sad. I'm sorry, but then, thank you, Chul. I'm looking forward seeing you tonight." That evening, Riel was tense and anxious about Hyun Ki's reaction, feeling apprehensive about how he would take the judge's decision. She was hoping that Hwan Chul could arrive ahead of Hyun Ki's arrival. She has no one to rely on. Now that Akio seemed to avoid her, she thought Hwan Chul was the best alternative. Moments later, Hwan Chul arrived with Patricia. Riel was delighted to have the man enjoy their conversation over the dinner table. They continued in the living room discussing Hyun Ki's shareholdings for K-Mall Corporation. "Do I have to hold an office in K-Mall?" "Chul, yes, you should. You are now replacing Hyun. You are now part of running the business. that you must manage. I am here to orient and assist you, Riel, so you don't have to worry about where and how to start, Guanqiu assured. I have a few changes to make regarding Hyun's office. Guanqiu became attentive. I want a complete renovation of your brother's office, because if I have to stay there, I would only be reminded of Hyun-ki and Rosemary's meetings in that office, Riel emphasized. I will have this started tomorrow. I will talk to our interior designers and begin renovating as soon as possible. That will be great, Chul. And thank you for your support. Oh, that's nothing, Riel. We are still a family. My nephew is our common bond, Guanqiu said. While they were chatting, Hyun-ki arrived, as Riel expected. Everyone remained calm when Hyun-ki entered the living room. Hello. I never expected my brother to be here. You must be talking about me, aren't you all? Entreated Hyun-ki. Guanqiu replied. We are discussing Realers assuming her office and came all to replace you. Wow, that was fast. Shouldn't I be the one to handle the turnover for all the necessary paperwork to the new shareholder? I am still alive and kicking. You know, Hyun-ki complained. Riel talked calmly to pacify Hyun-ki. The turnover is not happening yet, Hyun. I suggested renovating your office. Hyun-ki was delighted. Is that so? Then I will always have time to orient you, Riel. We will be partners this time, at last. Isn't that a good beginning for us? Is that an acceptance or a mockery? Hyun asked Riel, displeased. Hyun-ki looked at Riel with fascination and replied, I am willing to give everything, my ex-wife, to you and my son. You may hate me now, but I will try to make you accept me again, even just as a friend. Your son is my son too. My blood runs in his veins. I will teach you everything about this business so that one day, you will pass the knowledge to your son. He will be a more excellent businessman like me, and a better person like you. The conversations among the three went out smoothly and called for a night. The following day, Riel came to Akio's office early to accomplish the paperwork she left yesterday, when a call from Counselor Wilson interrupted her work, because of her approved petition. Then, she went in the blueprint section of Akio's office, when she heard the entrance of Akio talking with Nicole. But you told me yesterday you'd come to pick me up for our movie date, Akio. Where were you? At Realer's place again? No. How many times do I have to tell you? I was at home. I forgot about the time, because I was exhausted, that I overslept, and it was too late when I saw the time. I'm sorry. Okay, you didn't even bother to call, to let me know our date was cancelled. I was waiting for you, and you stood me up. Are we going to argue about this the whole day, Nicole? You're giving me headaches. Come on, this was just an honest mistake. Is that all you can say? An honest mistake? I am sure you won't do this. If your date was Riel, right? Now, you put Riel in the picture. I told you, I have nothing to do with her anymore, Nicole. If you want to make this relationship work, you should be understanding, and be patient with me. Let us take things in stride, because I'm not sure if this will work for both of us. Do not make things difficult for me. That would only make me change my mind. What happened to our kiss? Just because I opened my heart to you, letting you know how I felt for you, you seemed you are on edge and threatening me? Oh, come on, Nicole. Please don't do this to me. It was like you were forcing me to say that I care for you, and I could not feel anything yet. Give me time, it takes a lot of work, and it should come out naturally, if ever I had that feeling for you. Just as I said, give me time. After hearing everything, Riel felt terrible, and thought she was finally losing Akio to Nicole. She got teary-eyed. She never expected that Akio could quickly have a change of heart. He promised her he would always be around to protect her, and she could feel Akio's feelings for her. She was waiting for Akio to open up, which he didn't. Now, whose fault was it? Riel thought. Now, she was envious of Nicole, for she dared to express her true feelings for Akio, and he even dared to kiss Nicole. And now, she was left with nothing but defeat. Riel realized she was now in trouble. How could she get out of the blueprint section? Akio and Nicole must leave the room, or she will be accused of eavesdropping. Then, her mobile phone rang, which she had left it on her table on the adjacent office. Oh, good lord, how can I get out from here? She was getting nervous. Would losing Akio be an advantage for Hyun-ki's pursuit of Riel?